Sad Dash here, and I'm wanting to do um, a recap for the week here. This is something I think I'm going to start doing. I finally figured out how to get it done, and this is the sheet I use. I'm going to share it weekly. Now, I'm actually going to start because uh, haven't done this yet at all. So I figure I'll go ahead. This time will be it might be a little bit longer. Um, because I'm going to go ahead and share with you the earnings for this entire month. So far this month, and you're going to see the hours I've worked as well. I've worked 103 hours, actual hours, and 80 delivery hours for the month. So it's really not bad when you think about it. That's about um, you know what are we about? We're almost at the end of the month. So I've worked about equivalents of about 2.5 full work weeks. Uh, Clearly, you can see that I haven't worked, you know, that much. And I've made a good bit of money. So, and I owe this a lot to Spark. But let's start out and we're taking a look at week one. So, week one, where I did primarily delivery. All right, this week there was no Spark. I was not yet signed up with Spark, and you're going to see a huge difference. I made $500, which actually is the shortest or the lowest week I had. I drove 569 miles, and I want you to pay attention to that number as we move into the other weeks here. Did 37 deliveries. My average dollars per delivery was $13.53. My average miles per delivery was 15.38 miles. And again, pay attention to that number. I worked 23 hours and 23 actual hours, out, and did 19 hours of actual labor time. My hourly was 21.84 for total minutes out of gross revenue, gross hourly revenue generated. And you can see here where you can see where my actual's at right now. So this was way lower than what turned out to be the rest of the month, which I owe it to Sparks. If you're not on it, get on it. I'm going to be putting more videos up to help you guys, uh, you know, do it the way I've been doing it, and just kind of go over what I've learned in doing Spark here recently. But in 2062 an hour of gross hourly revenue, this was week number one. And you can see I didn't work Friday, Saturday, or Sunday this week. So it wasn't a bad week because, this was a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and I basically was off the weekend. Now, the next week, Spark came in, and Spark came in on the 8th, on that Monday. So this was a full week of doing Spark. And this is where it gets, in my opinion, extremely impressive. So I worked every day of the week. I made 1,023.40, or generated 1,023.40 of gross revenue. Did an average delivery amount of $23.26. My average miles driven per delivery was only 10.84. Now, again, compare this to week one, and this is the difference that Spark has made. Number of daily deliveries was 11, so I actually did more deliveries. My average per delivery was $20.26. Average miles 10.84. Now, my total time worked to generate that $1,000 was only 32 hours. Okay, so I want that to settle in. I only worked 9 more hours and I made double the money. And it was only 25 actual labor hours, which is only 6 more labor hours than the previous week. My totals jumped to $32.10 an hour gross revenue per hour and $40.72 gross revenue per hour. That's exciting, guys. I think it says it all. So, the next week wasn't as lucrative, but I also didn't work as much either. Okay, and you're going to see that bear out here in the numbers. My average delivery so went down, and that was 16.44. Now Spark kind of took its foot off the gas pedal with me, and it's kind of settled into where we're at right now. But it's still very, very good. drove less miles. Again, if you look at the first week, I went from 569, 477, and 426 miles. Remember this number here, 3 hours, okay? So I did 44 deliveries. So I actually did more deliveries this week than, or sorry, I did not 44. I did 43 deliveries. I did one less than the previous week. And my average though was $3 less. So that made a huge difference in the money generated. But 1644, and I drove 9.91 miles. So I drove 1 mile less, but my hours were 5 hours less. And my labor hours were 3 hours less. Okay. And I did a 2572 gross revenue per hour for total time out there and 32.35 for actual delivery minutes. Comparing this to, again, week one, where I was primarily doing delivery and I did some Amazon Flex in there, 2184 and 2662 with 23 and 19. And in this case here, I only worked 4 hours more and 3 hours more. And I made $200 more. So, in my opinion, like I said, the proof is here. And again, it's kind of stabilizing because, again, Spark just kind of came out the door with me and was just boom. Now, this week was even better in terms of earnings and time worked. So we move into the current week. And the current week yesterday, which was Sunday, and the daily earning, the amount I made was $711.71. I want you to keep this in mind because I made $5 more than I did last week. I only drove, okay, I want you guys to pay attention to this. This is crazy. 293 miles. That's it. I only drove 293 miles for a total of 6.81 miles per delivery. Now, I did the same amount of deliveries as I did last week. My average delivery was $16.55. My average miles was 3 miles less. And I only worked 21 hours. And I worked 14 actual labor hours. And I made $34.49 an hour, or generated $34.49 an hour, gross revenue, and $49.20 gross revenue per labor hour. Okay, I want that to settle in for a minute. I really want that to settle in for a minute because that to me is just unbelievable. And that is just absolutely unreal. And for those of you that have things to do, and have other things that they want to do, and you can come in here and generate this kind of money. This was combining Spark with DoorDash, Grubhub, and Uber Eats. Nothing with Amazon. And you can see I worked Monday, Wednesday, Saturday, and Sunday. And I generated $711.71. I was off on Tuesday. I was off on Thursday and Friday due to the holiday. So, guys, look, this is where it's at. All right. Be on the lookout for additional Spark related content. To be generating it and putting it out there for everyone to see, because I think this is an absolute must-have in your repertoire of apps. And again, I also cannot stress more right now that you got to have multiple apps and multiple revenue streams. That is a must right now. That's the only way you're going to survive the gig economy. You cannot have all your eggs in one basket, so to speak. All right, guys, I appreciate you tuning in here. Like I said, this is the first time I've ever done this. I'm going to kind of put this together and start trying to do this weekly, so I can show you guys my earnings, show you where we're at. I'm going to also jump in. You know what? I'll open the books and show you my yearly. So right now, I've been doing this since April. I was still working my full-time job So I was doing it part-time. And you can see here where I came on strong and, came on pretty strong there. In May, June, July, and then it kind of teetered off in August because of vacation. And in September, October was football season for my kids. So I had to kind of take the foot off the gas. And now we're into November, Christmas season, and we are pushing the pedal to the metal again. So I've made a total this year of $17,268.60. I've driven 12,407 miles. I've done 1,341 deliveries. And, let's see here. I don't think I have my net income, my net take-home income right now has been $15,008.88. And I guess I could go back and add up all the hours that I worked, but I have not tracked that. I really should, because I'd love to know what my hourly gross revenue generation has been. But this is what I'm estimating here. My average monthly net income after taxes, expenses, etc., my take home has been an average of about $2,100, $21.44.13. This is a part-time revenue generation here. This is a part-time business. So for a part-time business to be putting that in my pocket, it has done exactly what I needed it to do. It has allowed me to do everything I need to do. So I just thought I would share that with you. And I will do a yearly recap when we get to the end of the year, and show you guys, what the year looked like in the end. And I think I'm going to try to add in there. Now you see my yearly miles to money is $1.39. My average spendable income per delivery was $11.19. My average per delivery has been $12.88, and I've been driving an average of 9 miles per delivery. Now my markets are big, okay, so you may look at that 9 miles per delivery and go, oh my God, it. Look, if you're going to make money here, in my opinion, from what my experience has been, that's what you got to do. But some may disagree. So anyways, guys, that's what we're looking at here. I will, the way I have it mapped for November, I am counting this week as the last week of November, and then I will do a monthly wrap up for you and show you exactly what the earnings are. You can see this is shaping up to be will undoubtedly be the biggest month that I've had since I started this, and that I owe to Spark. Okay. And the miles is 1,765. And if you look at the average miles in the month, I drove 3,000 miles in July. So I don't believe it's going to be my biggest miles month, but it's going to be my biggest earnings month. And hey, that's going to be great. And you can even see it's not even my most deliveries. I did 262 deliveries in June. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty excellent. All right, guys, I appreciate you watching. We're going to go ahead and end the stream now. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't yet. I would really appreciate it. And we're going to go ahead and end this thing.